Was a little surprised to see up to 40 stories right along the river.
Tonight in Growing Nashville, new details on the future of the East Bank scrapyard. A new 30-page report outlining updated plans for this highly watched property since it sold to an investor group for a whopping $245 million back in August. The vision, a walkable mixed-use district with parks, open space, and more public access to the Cumberland River. Fox 17 News' Madeline Nolan joining us live in East Nashville with what this could look like and why some neighbors say they have mixed feelings.
Yes, Megan, this report spells out a big vision for the East Bank scrapyard, but some neighbors question just how tall this development could get. A new report is giving the clearest look yet at what could replace the East Bank scrapyard, a 47-acre stretch of industrial land now being planned as part of the East Bend subdistrict. The framework calls for a mix of housing, offices, hotel, entertainment, and retail. But the big promise is rebuilding this area around people with walkable streets, bike lanes, and more access to the Cumberland River.
The real fundamental component of Imagine East Bank was to recenter the river as a visible and publicly accessible natural resource for downtown.
Since 2010, Nashville resident Ryan Stanton says he's watched this part of the city change, and he gets why leaders want to turn this into a new gateway to East Nashville.
Mixed feelings.
On one hand, he says this area right now doesn't feel like the best use of some of Nashville's most valuable land.
I mean, you look around here, there's not a lot going on. You've got scrap yards, it's not the prettiest part of town sometimes.
But he says the heights in this updated plan, including the possibility of 40-story buildings, is a lot to wrap your head around.
On the other hand, the idea of 20, 30, 40-story buildings being over here is also a little weird to think about.
The report also outlines 4 distinct open spaces, including a pedestrian promenade, event space, quieter park areas, and a riverfront trail with lookouts and waterside amenities. Stanton says that part could be a win because right now he says the river is one of Nashville's biggest missed opportunities.
The city has kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do this right, to make it feel like part of Nashville.
Metro Planning has deferred this discussion until February 12th as they work out those questions about building heights and, of course, also safety efforts over here near the Korean Vent Boulevard Bridge. And that is something that will continue to follow. But for now, reporting live here along the East Bank, I'm Madeline Nolan, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.